Hello friend, welcome back to my home. Today we are heading out into the garden. I actually want to bring you back to last week, this last weekend. Today's Monday. We got a ton of new family members over the weekend. I want to bring you back to that whole experience. I got some gardening stuff done over the weekend. I want to bring you back to that. What else? I feel like we went shopping at the farmer's market. And so I want to bring you back to that. We are going back in time to Saturday morning. This morning, Josh picked up the bees. How was it picking them up?
It was good.
Good.
Yeah. I remember last year taking back roads thinking, oh, this will be smoother for the bees or I won't have to drive as fast, but it's much bumpier, which is not ideal.
Did you take the highway then this time?
Well, this year I kind of forgot that. So next year, though, I'll just remember to just take the highway because it's smoother.
Well, hopefully there won't be a next year.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
If I ever need to get bees again, though.
Yeah.
For like a third hive or something. I think I need to go again here. Don't want it too hot, but do need it at least smoldering.
So while Josh has been working on kind of getting the beehives ready, I got all the tomatoes planted.
All right, that seems to be going. The new boxes aren't as deluxe as they were last year.
No, I kind of like these ones though, because they're just cardboard.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't seem as wasteful.
The other ones I didn't want to get rid of because they're plastic and maybe they'll serve a purpose. So I'm going to try and do this without gloves this time. I've seen online, I've seen videos where they're more likely to be drawn to your face and your eyes and stuff. Not so much your hands. And the idea of having a little bit more dexterity is appealing. So I'm also really curious. Our last two hives, the bees were really, really mild-mannered. And they didn't seem too perturbed by getting jostled around, so hopefully we luck out again and have another hive that's nice and easy to work with. Alright.
You might be able to hear Tibro and the neighbor dog talking to each other.
That's lovely. Don't they know we're filming?
So Josh spent time kind of cleaning out these hive boxes, getting them kind of prepped and ready to go.
It does look better. I feel like this almost needs another seal coat, but I don't want to do that with the bees in it.
No.
So we're just going to run it. This is not too hot, which is probably good. And I may not even have to use it.
Josh picked these bees up from a local beekeeper.
Yeah, it's an interesting place. It's a like a beehive store, or like a store for beekeeping. They also sell honey and stuff.
Oh, it was a whole storefront?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been interesting to go to see. Battleground, Washington. Maybe I could link it?
Yeah.
So are you looking for the queen?
I'm going to look for the queen this time. She's probably in the middle.
You can see honey in there.
Saying. They do seem pretty gentle.
Yeah.
Not too irritated by this, so that's good.
Feels good to have bees back.
Yeah. What I didn't ask is if these are Italian or Russian.
Oh, you can maybe...
I think that's the two. Last time we had Russian bees. I could see the drones and the workers.
Their stripes almost look a little bit more defined than the last bees we had.
They do look different, which is what makes me think maybe they're different. And honestly, I don't even know if it is Italian. But the last one was Russian, so... Okay, I'm just going to put these in the same order. I don't have my tool on me. I could go get it if they get stuck.
These look different than the last ones we had.
They do. They're smaller, I think.
To me, just their stripes seem so much more defined.
Yeah, well, they're more compact, I think.
I just Googled the difference between Russian bees and Italian honeybees, and it said Russian bees are known for their high honey production.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Last year, we did not see the queen. This year, very, very clearly.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Dot queen.
There she is.
Last year, we did not have, there was not a prominent dot. And if there had been something like that, I know I would have seen her.
Yeah.
Because that's very, very, very,
That's
very
very obvious, yeah.
So that's great. So she's in the middle. She's definitely bigger. She's definitely alive. She definitely exists.
One of Josh's big goals this time was to make sure he saw the queen.
It, yeah, because we looked and we did not see.
No.
And I didn't know if there was going to be a yellow dot or a blue dot or something, but this one is very, very clear.
So it says that Russian bees are known for their high honey production and natural resistance to mites, while Italian bees are known for their gentle temperament and rapid colony growth. Russian bees tend to have about 10% more honey than Italian bees.
Can you tell by the striping which one we have?
That's what I was going to look. If I could see photos that say, I have to look at images probably.
Yeah, they're definitely smaller. But it's a relief to have seen the queen.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
I think these might be Italian.
They do look different.
It just, the only photo that I can find is this one, and it looks like the Russian have a little bit more yellow on it, but that's a drawing, not a photo.
Yeah, the ones we had before seemed more yellow. Okay, so I did get some more frames, some more frames too. We cleaned up the other ones, but these frames worked well. Like the bees did a good job of building the hive off of just this little strip here. And I would have gotten these again, but the place that sold the nukes also had a supply of frames that had wires and a wax kind of like inlay.
Oh, so it's already
pre-started. The structure of it is somewhat started. And since we have some plastic ones from the last nuke, I don't really want the plastic. I'd rather have wood. I just decided to go and get some more wooden frames. Let's see if they're the right size though, because I don't know if they're this. I think they might be this size.
So this is what you bought?
Yep. So yeah. I'm pretty sure. So the wood was fine. They also do it where there's just the wire going across side to side, and that kind of helps with the structure. But this one is like it's a wax inlay. There's probably a different way to phrase that, but there's.
It smells actually.
There's a wax. This should be wet wax. So yeah. So we're just gonna. This was a mistake I made last year, was that I waited too long to put these frames in because we didn't have the right size, and I ordered them online, and then I had to make them with little nails, and I waited too long, and by the time I put them in, they had built up some burr comb, which I then had to work around. So
they basically built their own. So Josh put the 5 in that we got, and then they built up their own without these frames. So because they weren't on frames, you couldn't take them out.
Yeah.
And so
there's no good.
Unfortunately, Josh, when he kind of had to destroy them in order to put these in, and we think that maybe that was.
Well, it was definitely problematic for them.
Stressful. That looks really good, Josh. I'm excited. It feels good to have them back.
Yeah, definitely. Let's just get a little more space here. Yeah, having the queen is a huge difference between last year because we just had no idea. And honestly, I think there was one there probably because they did keep growing and stuff, but all we saw was drones and workers. So
It was a relief. It's a relief to see them. Yeah.
to know we're at least seeing what we're supposed to be seeing.
Yeah.
That went pretty well. I didn't even have to put any smoke in, so that was uneventful.
Mm-hmm. But maybe they are Italian because they're very gentle bees.
Well, and what's nice is I don't have to store this somewhere. I can just toss it. There's one bee just hanging out in there. We'll let her. I think it's a drone, actually. Okay. One more. And I'll say, so when I first brought these out, this one was way more active. As soon as I took the plug out, there were bees ready to come out.
Okay.
This one, they didn't really come out and they were kind of like deeper in the hive. So it'd be interesting to see how different they are once I actually look inside.
Were there a lot of people picking up bees today?
Yeah, they had a lot of nukes. They set up in the parking lot across the way. Oop, I just hit a bee. They set up in the parking lot across the way and they had a trailer full of them, so. There's so many bees on this frame, holy cow. Are there a bunch on that side too?
Yeah. Oh, that's the drone right there, right? A drone? That's a drone?
Yep, that's a drone.
These are the worker bees?
Yep.
Let's see if I can zoom you in and show you. Where'd that drone go?
He is kind of in the same spot.
Oh, he's right here.
Oh yeah, I think that might be a different one. There's several.
There's a lot of honey.
Definitely honey going on in this one.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, just put them down. How convenient. The smoke is going
Right where you want it.
this way now. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without maiming any of them. Kind of tend to just go. Yeah, I definitely like not having gloves on. I feel like there's a lot more control.
You see her?
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, yep. Here she is.
Yeah, that's encouraging. Okay, let's put her in here. I did turn all of the frames so that they're the same direction at least. That might have been bothering some of you. I know it bothered me for a second. All right, we got both boxes set up. Now I just need to get the roofs, and then there's a little piece of metal I'm going to put at the bottom to decrease the size of the opening. I feel like there's a better term for that. If I think of it, I'll say it, but it's essentially we'll just give them a little bit smaller gap so they have less area to try and defend the hive. Okay, so the neighbor's dog is going to keep barking. It really doesn't like my beekeeping suit, so that's fun. But the piece that I still need to get is called an entrance reducer. It's somewhere in my garage. Had it from last year, and it's kind of hard to look for stuff in a beekeeping suit. So I'm going to look after I take the suit off, and I'll install it. It just goes over the entrance here and reduces it to about 1.5 inches or so, I think. It's a piece of black metal that gets screwed in. So for now, though, this is what they look like, and I'm sure we'll show you a picture or video when the entrance reducers are on. Super exciting to have them back. Really hopeful we'll be more successful this year. We've learned quite a bit, and yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so I found the entrance reducers and I've installed them. As you can see, it's about 1 inch of clearance now. These are kind of nifty because you can flip them upside down. Got this kind of in tight. You're coming over to say hi. Oh, I need to probably go reverse because it's so tight. But you can flip this around, and if you're having to transport them or do something in the hive, it also acts as a blocker. So we'll put this in for a little while. I have to read on when to take it off. I think I'll probably take it off around the same time as I put the Flow Hive honey super on top. I think that's about the same time. Also, we have a little piece of white plastic that I'm going to put down the bottom. Probably won't show that part, but that's so you can see any mites or see what's kind of falling down at the bottom of the hive. I need to clean those up from last year and put those in, and then we're good to go.
My big project that I was doing while Josh was picking up the bees was planting these tomatoes. If you missed it, I like to plant my tomatoes with a crushed up egg at the bottom of the hole. And it probably took me about probably an hour and a half to get all of these tomatoes planted. These tomatoes have been sitting here for about 4 days. It took me that long to get back to this project, but that's how life goes. So here is half of the, or 1/3, I should say, 1/3 of the tomatoes in, and now I've got 2 more beds to plant. I'm planting them on the back row of the top bed where I've got some tall trellises, and that way they will have very, very good sun. And then in front of the tomatoes, I'll plant some shorter plants. We got the bees on Saturday, and then Sunday we had no family obligations. We had nothing planned. And so I thought, why don't we go to the farmer's market? Because on Wednesday we're having friends over for dinner, and my theme for this dinner is spring, and I wanted to see if I could find any locally grown produce at the farmer's market. It was an incredibly beautiful day. I think the high on this day was like 72 and sunny, and this farmer's market has a really nice park, like playground, and it's a really nice farmer's market. I've been going to this farmer's market since Josh and I got married, so 10 years now. And when I first started going to this farmer's market, it was teeny tiny. It was about 1.5 blocks long, and now it's 4 blocks. It is really, really a nice farmer's market. There are vendors that buy produce at local like produce stores and then resell it here, but there are quite a few vendors that actually grow their own produce. And because it is a spring themed dinner, I thought, let's go see what's in season and what is being grown locally and see if I can find any goodies. I saw these bags, not bags, these aren't bags. Well, they are a bag. That one is a bag. These are hand woven baskets. That red one I thought would be perfect for harvest, and I kind of liked the shape of this bag, so we were just looking at it. But we thought it would be a fun thing to do as a family to go to the farmer's market. It used to be something I did by myself, and now the fact that my whole family likes to come with me to the farmer's market because there's a big playground and we usually get a bite to eat, I like going to the farmer's market even more. I never thought I would say that I enjoy the farmer's market more, even more than I used to, but I do. So we're just looking at these baskets, and I just thought that they were really beautiful. I have one handmade harvest basket that my father-in-law bought me that was made by someone in the Amish community, and I really like that basket. And then my other harvest baskets are just ones that I have thrifted over the years. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm looking at these greens. I end up buying some microgreens, and the day I'm talking to you is Thursday. We had the dinner on Wednesday. We are shopping on Saturday. I end up buying a package of microgreens for garnish, and I completely forgot to garnish anything with the microgreens, and they're still sitting in my refrigerator. That's so funny. They're still good, I'm sure, because the farmer who farms these are locally grown, and the farmer that's going to be harvesting them for me and putting them in the container for me to take home, he is the grower of these microgreens, and he said the ones that I bought should last up to 10 days. if you wrap them in a paper towel, which I do end up wrapping them in a paper towel. That's probably why I forgot about them, because I couldn't actually see them because they're wrapped in a paper towel. And so we still have quite a bit of both of the salads that I made for that dinner party. And I guess I will just be topping those salads with microgreens. That's so funny. I completely forgot that I had picked these up. So going into the shopping day at the farmer's market, I had no menu planned. I just wanted to go see what was locally grown and be inspired by the market. So this vendor is called Quackenbush Farms. They are the farm where I bought a ton of garlic from to plant out in my garden. Before I even had my own garden, they have a Workshare CSA program. A CSA, if you're new to that, is called Community Supported Agriculture. And it's basically where you kind of become like a member of a farm. You pay usually in the winter time for a spring summer CSA, and then once a week during the growing season you get a box of produce. And before I had my own garden, I was part of a couple CSAs. I was never actually a part of their CSA, but they had a Workshare program, and I wasn't a part of their Workshare program, but they let people volunteer on their farm, and I had the opportunity to do that once, and it was super inspiring to me. The reason I was only able to do it once is because it was quite a drive from my house and it wasn't practical because I worked full time. But I really love their farming practices, and so I like to support them. So I end up getting some leeks and a bunch of red onions and a big bag of beautiful arugula, and this is my haul along with these radishes to start off my creativity on what I want. This is the farm right here. What I want to grow. So once I had my own garden, then I no longer became members of CSAs because I had enough produce coming out of my gardens, but I still love the concept of CSAs. So if you are interested in something like that, buying produce from a local farmer, then a great resource to find local farmers that are parts of CSAs is a website called localharvest.org. It's kind of like a search engine for farmers. Here is my haul. Localharvest.org is the website where I found the farmers that I was members of their CSA for many years. Another way you can find farms in your area that have CSAs are just go to your farmer's market and see if they're advertising one or ask them if they have one. So here it is now Sunday evening, and I am going to plant out my first peppers of the year. I have this green stalk that I want to be 100% peppers. So I am going to fill that up, and we are going to figure out what is going to go into this green stalk. And I just realized, nope, this first green stalk that I am planting out, because I end up planting out 2 on this Sunday evening, is going to be impatiens. I have never grown impatiens before. I had bought them, I think 4 years ago, 4 years ago, and I put them outside and we had a freeze and I killed them. So this is going to be my second attempt at growing impatiens. I saw a picture of someone's green stalk where it was 100% impatiens, and it was absolutely stunning. So I thought I'm going to give that a try. These 6 packs of impatiens were $4.99 at my local hardware store, and so I thought that this would be a very economical way to get one entire green stalk planted out in flowers, because I only had to buy 7 packs as opposed to a single, flower or something costing close to that price. And we're just going to see what happens. I'm excited to see if we can have a beautiful, stunning display of impatiens. So that's what it looks like planted up. I had bought those impatiens like a week before I got them planted up. So the first thing I did was water them in really well and give them a good feeding with some fertilizer. And then I started planting out my second green stalk with peppers, and how life goes sometimes. I started a project and I did not get it finished. Actually, I think I got interrupted by dinner or something like that, and then I came back out and I did finish it. You will see what the final green stalk looks like planted out with 100% different types of peppers. Well, now that you're all caught up and you saw what I did over the weekend, one thing that Josh did today for me is he actually got me a couple more pots because I want to get some of this Cosmo planted up in the garden. I don't think I actually showed you what this looked like finished up. This is the pepper green stalk. It still needs a lid. I gave one of my lids to my mom and my sister, so I'm missing 2 lids, so I'm gonna have to get a lid for this one. I also started hardening off the pumpkins and squash and melons. And I want to get these cosmos planted up in the planters Josh bought for me and drilled holes in today. I saw someone who had the same barrels that I have and they planted only cosmos in it and it was beautiful. My dogs just decided to run off, but I got them back. So here are the peanuts. We're starting to have a couple sprout, which is really exciting. So I'm gonna have to get those under the grow lights, but I did bring up last night all of my extra trays, and I obviously need to water these pumpkins. Those are cucumbers actually. And we are past our last frost date. The low that it's supposed to be for the next foreseeable future, I think is 46. So I'm actually gonna let these just live outside until I have time to plant them. Because I'm having a dinner party in 2 days, I'm probably not gonna get to planting these until Thursday. Because tomorrow I am going to be doing a bunch of prep for the dinner party. Wednesday we're having the dinner party, and then Thursday I'll be able to start planting some of these out. So I want to bring these outside. I'm going to get the rest of them on a tray outside, and I have not checked this morning. I do not see any more have sprouted this morning. I did water these last night. The only reason I like to start my pumpkins, squash, melons, and cucumbers inside is the squirrels and mice like to eat the seed. I could have planted these outside. I just wanted to, that's not in the sun. I want to start hardening these off. I want to make sure that the squirrels, birds, and mice and things like that don't eat my seed and I actually get good germination. Josh is out here. He's going to help me do some things out here. We have a certain amount of time and then we're going to head to my mother-in-law's house tonight, and I'm going to be giving her the tomatoes that I started for her, some peppers, and I'm gonna also be taking some of her mint. A bunch of the recipes that I'm gonna be making for this dinner call for mint, and my mint keeps dying on me. So she's got a big patch of mint. I'm going to go ahead and harvest some and drop off some starts. So I'm just gonna work until we need to head over to her house with Josh's help. So Josh, the first thing that would be super helpful for me is if you would be willing to bottom water these. So
Okay.
Fill it up to about a 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. That would be great. Same with this tray down here. And then would you be willing to meet me down in the garden?
Yep.
Awesome. What I really want to do is actually get these peppers planted up. But I know that if I commit to that, there's no way I'm going to get to all that. So that will be a project that, oh, I also need to give my mother-in-law this. That is her passion fruit that I started for her. But I know that if I say I want to do that, it will be in vain because there's no way that's going to happen. We have to finish planting up the flowers. And, oh, doggies, you stay in here, please. And Josh is going to help me finish planting up some of these flowers. So I probably, starting Thursday, will be planting out all of the peppers. So for Mother's Day, Josh got me 4 wine barrel planters. I am in love with them. So I bought a bunch of flowers and I did not do the math on how many flowers I should buy, and I bought way more than what would fit in my 4 original planters that I got. So Josh picked up 4 more for me. And what I think I'm gonna do is put just cosmos in this one. And I'm gonna do the white cosmos. And then over here, this one is gonna go down to the bottom row, and that one is gonna go down to the bottom row, and then this other one over here is going to be cosmos as well. I gotta get all these flowers planted up. So that's why I can't commit to planting peppers. I also have my wine barrel pots that are up on my patio that I need to get some of these flowers planted up in. So we're gonna have this wine barrel be cosmos, and then that one's gonna move down, one down there is gonna move down, and the other one's gonna be cosmos. But I need this wheelbarrow. Josh already drilled the holes in there for me, which is amazing. And I did have to buy 2 bags of potting mix that I'm gonna put in here, but I'm gonna actually reuse some of the potting mix that I have in my green stalks from 2 years ago, I think. And I'm gonna fill the bottom part of these wine barrels with the green stalk potting mix. So I'm gonna bring this up to Josh so he can put the green stalks in here. And if I'm gonna go up there, I might as well figure out what flowers I wanna plant in my pots up there. Okay, these need to get in the ground really bad. Let's do these 1, 2, how many of these do I have? I have 3 of these. Let's get these in here. This right here, it's hard to see, is gonna be one pot. And this right here, it's hard to see, and this is gonna be another pot. I'll show you up close what they're gonna look like. So Josh, would you be willing to wheel this up for me? And then I'll go up there with you. We're gonna put 4 of the green stalk things in here, and if you could bring those down here, that would be great. So I did not explain that well enough. So Josh and I just went over it one more time. So we now are officially on the same page. Josh, if you want a pair of gloves, there's a pair of gloves right there you can use if you're interested in that.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Thanks, so. Where do you want these?
I'm gonna put a couple of those flowers in this pot.
Where do you want me to dump them though?
Here. It's gonna be this combo. So could you grab these flowers here for me? And the other pink one like this. Gonna go here. Thank you. Those can go by the eucalyptus pot that died. That's what's gonna go in there. And then you can take 4 or 5 of these and fill the green stalks with this spent. Then we'll put the fresh stuff at the top.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's the pot that died?
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I don't see a pot.
No, the eucalyptus that's at the very end, the big pot. So this is what I've got. I don't think I've showed you these ones yet. I've never grown this before. So we're gonna have 2 of those in the center, and those should grow and get pretty big. My goal this week is to finish putting all of this out so we can actually have like a nice, clean, organized, beautiful place to spend our summer, but it always takes time to get to that point. And then to kind of bounce off that orange color, I've got these. I have never grown this before either, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I can tell the plant is a little stressed and would like to be planted out. And here we're gonna put our petunias, and that is what this one, oh, do I only have 2 of those? I thought I had 3. I have to see if I can find one more of these. It looks like I don't have another pink one, so I just grabbed 2 of these purple calibrachoa. One's a double, one's not, and I think I'm gonna add these to that pot. So we're gonna have 2 of the white petunias, 3 of those little white flowers, 2 purple calibrachoa, and 2 of these orange flowers. So I'm gonna get that potted in, and if you missed it, what I did last time is I took 1 of each of these tabs, and I'm gonna stick them on the side of the pot. So if I wanna recreate something similar next year with maybe different colors, I will be able to do that. So I'm basically making like little recipes, and we'll see how that goes. So let me get this potted in. I can hear and see Josh out there leveling out that pot. I'm definitely doing a lot more container flower gardening this year. These roots need to be potted up. I'm just going to loosen them up just a little bit. Because I think it's fun, and hopefully it'll be super beautiful. And a lot of these flowers, not all of them, but a lot of them are edible. They might not taste good, but you can decorate dishes and things with them, and I want to start doing that a lot more, which I think would be really fun. And I bought these, or Josh bought them for me for Mother's Day on not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, so 8 days ago. And I've just been slowly trying to get things done, and I can tell that these flowers are like, get me potted up. So that's what we're doing. So this is the little yellow flower that is going to come off this one here. So we're going to have yellow, purples, pinks, and whites in here. And I think that will complement that really well. You can see these flowers are a little stressed looking. Once they soak up some of this water and I fertilize them tonight, they will look a lot better. Now I'm heading over to the other pot that we're going to be planting up. These strawberry green stalks look amazing. There are so many flowers on them already, which is really exciting. Here is the recipe for this next one. And this eucalyptus is dead. So I'm going to pull this out. I tried to save it, but eucalyptus doesn't like to be transplanted. So two of the pots that Josh got me that don't have anything in it down in the garden, I'm going to plant a eucalyptus in. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull this thing out. It's very, very dry. And I already put new potting soil in this pot, so I don't need to put any new potting soil in this pot. Look at those roots. Now this pot is a pot that I look at a lot. This is our sunroom, that's our TV room. I planted up this pot and it only has white in it. Hopefully that thing fills out really nicely. So here's a recipe for this pot. This is a new flower to me. I've never grown two of these flowers before. And this is supposed to get pretty big. Oh wait, this is pink and that's purple. That's not gonna have much of a contrast. I think that'll be still nice. We're gonna do 2 pink flowers, 2 purple flowers, and then white flowers around the outside in this pot. Here is our pot. These pink flowers right here haven't bloomed yet. So we have pink, purple, and we have 2 pink, 2 purple. I decided to add some orange. So we have 4 of these four orange plants. Then we have 4 or 3 petunias. The orange ones didn't come with tags, but the rest of them did. I'm gonna pop those there. I'm not gonna worry about sweeping this right now because I gotta keep planting. I'm under a time crunch. These were a couple more that I didn't end up using. So I'm gonna bring these ones down to the garden. And I'm just gonna keep planting, and then I can come back out here at night and sweep. I mean, this whole patio needs to be swept. So if I don't sweep that one area or this area, that's fine. There's a lot more where that came from. I have a lot of cosmos I need to plant. They're one of my favorites. I'm gonna plant a bunch in here, and I'm gonna plant a bunch right here. Cosmos are one of the easiest flowers to grow. You can start them from seed, direct sow them, or you can start them indoors. I started mine inside, and I'm gonna get them potted up in here. This is gonna be just 100% Cosmo bed. Looks like it needs to be a little bit more level. Now that this pot is level, I just had some help leveling it. I'm gonna get it planted. And I have 2 types of Cosmos here. I have white. These get big. So, look how nice those look. I don't need very many in one pot. They're a very economical flower to get a lot of flowers for really easy. I think what I'm gonna do, I probably don't need this many. This would probably be way too many. But we'll start with this, and if I need to yank one out, I will later. I'll do one there. One here. One here. One here. And one here. This is all gonna be white cosmos. It's gonna be beautiful. Now from this pot, I can't decide, should I do white cosmos or red cosmos down there? I have enough. These are white. So we're gonna have white cosmos here. All those red cosmos will go in my landscape up there. And these white ones, because we kind of have a white, orange, and pink theme, not red on this row. I don't really want to put red flowers at the end there. I love red, but it would kind of clash with these pots. And I realize, look, I forgot to plant those tomatoes over the weekend. So I'll get to those real quick. This pot looks level. Okay, this row of pots is officially potted up. And that'll be pretty. Now I need to get everything watered in, and I need to get these 2 tomato plants watered in. So friend, thank you so much for spending, boys, my dogs are barking, Monday and over the last weekend with me. It was a very fun, busy weekend. I'm looking for my hose. The tomatoes are looking very, very happy to be in the ground. My hose is way over here. I still have a lot more planting to do, but every little bit is a step in the right direction. Josh was a great help. I was able to get 4 more pots planted up, bring a couple more pots of flowers down to the garden, figure out where I'm gonna put them. I've got the tomatoes from my mother-in-law that I'm gonna bring over there. Yeah, there's no way I had time to bring these down to the garden today and figure out where they're gonna go. They probably will come inside again tonight, might as well. Doesn't take very long right now. Go get quickly cleaned up, and we're gonna head to my mother-in-law's, drop these off. I'm gonna pick up some mint for my dinner party that I need. I should probably go out there when we get home and water the rest of those pots and flowers. I did not get to that today. I did go ahead, and I don't know what kind of peppers my mother-in-law wants. She wants peppers. I know I'm gonna have plenty of every variety to gift her. So I'm probably just gonna ask her today what she wants, and then I'll bring them to her on a different day. These peanuts, I did go ahead and put on a tray that are starting to sprout so that they can go under the grow lights. As they sprout, I'll probably just start bringing them outside. They are fine. It's not gonna be too cold for them. I am going to grill up some chicken. I have some thawed marinated chicken Josh pulled out of the freezer for me before I went shopping today. So when we get home, I can just throw the grill on and we'll have some vegetable. I don't know what we'll have. I'll figure it out. Not worried about that right now. Thank you for coming along this imperfect journey. It looks messy now, but hopefully in a week and a half, I'm gonna say a week and a half, you can see how these have perked up really nicely. Ooh, I got a bunch of dirt on them. I need to wash them off, but they're starting to grow up. They've been in here for a few days now, but hopefully in about a week and a half, every single thing will be planted in the garden, and it will mostly be the calm before the storm with a few succession planting. This is a very busy time to get everything into the garden. And then there's like this month where it's very slow, very calm, very relaxing. And then it starts going crazy when all the harvest starts to come in. But right now we're in a little bit of a crazy, getting everything in the ground. I've got all my beans I need to get planted, but I've figured out in my head where I want to put them, which is good. Half the battle is, for me at least, figuring out where I want to put things. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this year's garden. I'm really excited for the in-season produce we're going to be cooking with. And I'm just so grateful that you take time out of your day to hang out with me and come along this journey throughout this last weekend. Anytime you show up. If you're new, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on planting all this, plus seeing what it looks like when it's in full bloom, and what we're gonna do with all the produce, cook with it, preserve it, have a beautiful dinner with it. I think I'm gonna do a pantry challenge this summer where everything either has to come from my garden, come from the local farmer's market, and come from my pantry and freezer. I think that'll be fun. If you've been here before, I greatly appreciate you. And if you want to watch more videos of mine before my next upload, let me pop some here you can go enjoy between now and then. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I'm going to go get cleaned up, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.